update. From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Welcome to your live weather at noon here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Right off the bat, already we've seen a pretty active day as far as thunderstorms are concerned. Taking a look at the live radar here in Lawrenceburg, we see that pretty active map across the area. We hear rumbles of thunder. In fact, right now in the studio, I hear some thunder off in the distance, right? So it's been pretty unsettled to be sure. We've picked up some pretty decent rain in the shoals. Some of the areas over there have needed it because they've been kind of shafted, so to speak, from the rain systems over the last week or two, right? They've pretty much got nothing in some spots there. So that's definitely beneficial in spots. And of course, more continues to fall across southern Middle Tennessee. As a result, some of those highs today are a little bit suppressed as a result, upper 80s, but I think a lot of us will make it to that 90, 91 range for our highs. Taking a look at the futurecast next 24 hours, we continue to see indications of that development of convection possible through the day, so I'd keep that umbrella on hand. Definitely looking a little more widespread for today, to be sure. Am I going to call it a washout even yet? Maybe not. I don't think I'm going to call it that just yet, but still definitely keep an eye on the radar. Definitely keep that umbrella on hand. Dry tonight, temperatures in the lower 70s for lows, mid to lower 70s out there. A humid night to be sure. Then as we head through tomorrow, I think we have a much more typical July day to expect for our Sunday. Notice these spotty thunder showers across the area. It really is going to be spotty, I would say. Isolated to scattered perhaps, but it's definitely not going to be so widespread as a current indication. It's going to be that classic pop-up hit or miss type stuff that you really come to expect for the warm season here in the Tennessee Valley. So for our Sunday, we'll be expecting those lower 90s, maybe some of us in the mid 90s, 92, 93, 94. I could easily see that happening in northwestern Alabama. Pretty nice day, again, though humid and perhaps a little bit wet in the afternoon if you're unlucky, or lucky, depending on how you look at it, if you have outdoor plans or not. But as we head over the next week, I do think the chances of rain do taper off as we head deeper and deeper into the work week. So take a look here as we head through the extended term futurecast. Notice the first half of the week we do continue with isolated thunderstorm activity in the Tennessee Valley. But watch this as I loop it. Look at this big clockwise motion across the eastern United States. Let's think about it here. High pressure, that's generally more clockwise. Low pressure is counterclockwise. So we're getting more high pressure over the eastern United States. That has two effects. One, that does keep us, relatively speaking, a little bit drier in that second half of the week. Two, well, we actually warm up pretty substantially too. Let's take a look at the heat index values because those I think are going to be one of the main stories for the next week. Notice as we head into that middle portion, really even starting with the first portion of the work week, we have very elevated heat index values, 105 to 107. So we're definitely going to start creeping into that heat advisory territory, perhaps even more than that still to come. So we'll watch that. Of course, we don't issue those advisories and warnings. The Weather Service does, but this is some definitely concerning heat, at least in terms of if you exercise regularly outside or have very intense outdoor labor to do. You're going to want to stay hydrated, keep those shirts light, white, short sleeve, things like that. You know how it is. I don't need to babysit you as to exactly how to stay, safe in the warmth, but you definitely want to do that this time of year, especially with heat like this. Yeah, it gets hot out here, but we usually don't see 107s, 108s, 109s for those heat index values. So let's keep a close eye on that. Going to be hot and humid here through the next several days. Really, the humidity, that's what gets you, right? I lived in Arizona for a little bit, and you know what they always say? Dry heat, wet heat, very different things. I definitely can attest to that, having lived out there. So we definitely have some more scattered thunderstorm activity here through the next couple of days. Of course, today we're seeing it right now. Some fairly widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. Again, though, it becomes a little more isolated than by the middle and end portions of the week. Hot, hot, hot. That is the story for the Tennessee Valley. Thanks for joining me here for your live forecast update. Of course, I'll be back with you at 2, 6, and 9 this evening for more fresh from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, and I'll speak to you then.